Let's face a hard truth. Your leadership presence is the most precise measurement of how the workforce gets things done. Now, more than ever, it's time to measure your capacity to lead beyond an official rank or title. Get ready to learn in this tutorial about how people become more engaged when they can connect to the value of your tenure, wisdom, and mentorship. In this tutorial on real criminal justice reform, together we're going to empower your thought leadership with 3 inspiring competencies of leaders in charge of change. I am Charles Rambo, the Chief Development Partner at Criminal Justice Learning Online. I have over 30 years of real-world law enforcement expertise in administration, operations, and labor relations in a major county sheriff's office. My objective insights are also qualified in major news stories involving law enforcement operations. Today, I'm just as committed to talent development in the profession that I love so much by teaching a new generations on a global scale about accountability and transparency in the various functions of the criminal justice system. In this new norm of intense public scrutiny, unprecedented hybrid crime, and unpredictable law enforcement and citizen interactions, the administration of law enforcement must undergo more meaningful transformation if they're going to recruit and retain a dedicated and resilient workforce. Today, this will require forward-thinking leaders on a 21st century law enforcement agency to push beyond policy spreadsheets and general orders to accomplish real reform. Behind these processes is a leader whose tenure, wisdom, and mentorship are the keys to shifting an organizational culture from behaviors banned in principle, but tolerated in practice. So I want you to ask yourself a real question right now. Will your tenure, wisdom, and mentorship inspire or derail people from fully engaging the community with competent performance and results? If you can't answer this question right now, chances are that regardless of whether you are a line staff officer or agency head, your leadership style and synergy might be the very reason the organizational culture is only giving you the discretionary behavior and performance to achieve the agency mission. Yes, I know that's a pretty heavy statement, but let's be honest and think about it. The people within the span of your control clock into work knowing that at any moment's notice of the shift, they could be at risk of serious injury or death. And worse, not only have they spent a shift fighting emerging trends of hybrid crime, now they return to their precincts having to navigate in a mushroom culture. Mushroom cultures are environments where morale and performance are harvested in the dark and under daily heaps of fresh dung. While this may be ideal for how farmers grow food, you might need an emergency open leadership surgery if this is how you inspire law enforcement officers to maximize their full potential. Today's workforce is so much more educated, tech-savvy, and yes, impatient to make an impact. Unlike generations before, they are intolerant of bureaucratic leaders who believe that their rank is more important than their core competencies. And if this generation is bringing their talents to help you roll boulders up a hill, please stop pushing the boulder back down and rolling over what they have accomplished. For these reasons, officers are not leaving mushroom-style agencies primarily because of lack of promotion or pay. They're seeking to fit into agencies that value how their talents and efforts can be cultivated by competent leaders who can also provide them constant feedback about how they're making a difference in the criminal justice functions that they perform. So, incorporating my signature Socratic style of teaching, I want you now to revisit your answer to the previous question and from a different perspective. With a new generation of resilient officers coming into your agency, do you have the courage to reach deep inside to the competency-based leader that you are that will inspire them from evidence-based performance to evidence-based results? If you answered the question yes, here is your invitation to come to success. But before you come, please take a few moments and internalize a bold declaration. I have the courage to engage the organizational culture and lead people in a more purposeful way. Now, within your made-up mind that you have decided to be a leader, your declaration does not wait upon a promotion or by making a list of the proclivities and the people that you are destined to lead. Your declaration actually begins by tapping into the hidden power of your leadership style. And when that leadership style manifests itself into consistent behaviors, I bear witness unequivocally that those within the sphere of your influence, how they will begin to understand that wherever your leadership style is present, everything begins to change. Now, here are the 3 inspiring competencies of leaders in charge of change that you can put into immediate action following this module. Competency number 1, leaders in charge of change stand in the gap. Standing in the gap does not require a rank or a title. It means that your tenure gravitates to being in the right place at the right time and with the right skills to address real-time issues. This is most critical when a 42 U.S.C. 1983 civil action is served upon your official capacity, and the judicial scrutiny could care less about your rank. But at the time of the incident, can you testify that you were the person with the most experience and training to direct people from committing an act of negligence? Competency number 2, leaders in charge of change navigate the way to success. If I could paraphrase the wisdom of Les Brown, it is better to aim high and miss than to aim low and hit every time. When you are in charge of change, stop putting up with people's discretionary performance. Deep inside of every person is the desire to be held up to their greatness by wise people just like you that they can trust in a mandate to achieve unprecedented results. And competency number 3, leaders in charge of change take accountability for their impact. When you have chosen an ethical course of action based upon policy training and supervision to transform the organizational culture, you are just as accountable for the implementation, evaluation, and end results. When things go wrong, this is not the time for sycophant and coward behaviors of pointing fingers and shifting blame. Instead, leaders like you are in charge of change when they mentor and stand for the success of the workforce with decisive and moral corrective measures. Watch how others, including the sideliners and naysayers, begin to enlist and engage in the agency's mission with unprecedented results. This curriculum and organizational policing insight has provided you with the thought leadership on how to align learning objectives to real-world performance. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our channel, dedicated to empowering a new generation of criminal justice leaders just like you to start making an immediate difference in the agencies and communities that you are sworn to serve.